And a lot of style coming off the Cavaliers bus earlier on. We'll see if that style translates to the court as they get set to do battle on the road. A stunning view of Capitol Hill from high above. We're here in the seat of the U.S. government, Washington, D.C. And thanks for joining us on this Christmas Eve. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much. The Wizards have struggled the last couple of years, so some people were surprised that Bradley Beal signed an extension there. Beal said, "Today, a lot of stars want to team up. No knock, but I'm a firm believer in sticking with what you got. If I win a championship in D.C., that'll hold way more weight than if I just left and tried to get one." Kevin?
Oh, I love that story. David, thank you. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. We'll look at Cleveland. They're sixth best right now, looking to make a move up in the standings. And, of course, the Wizards, a game behind.
And right now for the Cavaliers, they were a team that no one knew quite what to make of entering the season. But as the year's gone on, it's become clear they're legit contenders.
But there are still some very strong teams above them. So, yes, they are contenders, but I wouldn't call them favorites just yet.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. Kevin Love out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Garland in at the 1. And for the Wizards, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot. Here's Garland. Passes it to Love. Greg, at the beginning of every season, we love to see players that have worked on something during the offseason that they now have added to their game in the new season.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You know, the work doesn't end when the season ends. If you're trying to improve your skill set or if you're trying to just put on muscle, that kind of stuff needs to be done during the break. You need to have an assessment in the off right after the season. Hey, where can I get better? And then you spend the offseason on that challenge.
Season never really ends. Now here's Brown following the miss by Kevin Love. Now Brown, 11 points for him in that last game against Indiana. The pass to Bryant. There's the dish to Beal. Nailed from three-point land.
This is Beal's game. A fantastic catch-and-shoot guy. He wastes no time in getting it out of his hands.
It's been a slow start here for Cleveland. It's a 5-point game. Garland with it. Pass to Love. Knocks it loose and taken away by Brown. Down low. Here's Wall. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And there's Bryant. That's good on the assist by Brown.
Now, how do you counter Bryant's physical abilities? I mean, he's a menace for the D inside.
And floor spacing is key for any offense, and that's what makes having a center like Bryant so valuable.
Yeah, G.A., his confidence from beyond the arc grows every year. Has a smooth shot release, nice touch, can pop it right at the top of pretty much any defender. He's only going to get better.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And here's Sexton. Really had troubles in that loss to Boston. Just 4 to shoot. They need this. Bryant with the rebound.
Their focus next trip has to be getting a high-quality shot. I mean, they don't want to start the game 0-5.
It's good.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, they have to regroup and revisit their strategy at the defensive end.
see some of the numbers here for Colin Sexton. Good season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 20 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. When you have a shooter like him off the bench, it makes scoring so much easier for the bench.
Yeah, when he's taking on the scorer's role for that second unit, then the others can go focus on what they naturally do best.
Here's Osman. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Shoots over Hachimura. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Here's Wall, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Wall's got 6.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Love kicks to Garland. Sexton up top. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. That one falls.
And the poise Sexton has is impressive. Dependable at bailing out his team in some tight spots.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Group getting ready for the Wizards. Mo Wagner's checked in for Thomas Bryant. Bertanis comes in for Rui Hachimura. Napier, he's checked in for Brown. And it's Ish Smith in for John Wall. Now, here's Wagner. Smith outside. Left side, Beal lets it go from deep. He's off on that one, so Cleveland will take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
And when you're not connecting from deep, you got to mix it up. I mean, look to score inside more. They didn't do enough of that.
Here's Beal. Darius Garland picking up that last basket. And that one's good. Beal. Beal's got 5 now.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And you know, we often talk about Beal's skill set and his finesse. He can play a very physical game as well, Greg.
He doesn't have a choice. I mean, he had 4 brothers who all played football in college, so he kind of grew up around the physicality. And you can also tell Bill's taking his strength and conditioning seriously, especially after having the lower body injury issues earlier in his career.
The Cavaliers trail by 13. Pass to Windler. And stolen by Napier. And they're pushing it up. Windler with the rebound. For Cleveland, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Unhindered, going all the way. And the basket by Napier.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
Now, here's Porter. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
This is his first free throw of the game. That one is off. Mahimi's checked in for Mo Wagner. And he's good on the second. Wizards leading by 14. Smith outside. 16 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Beal. A nice jump shot from the top of the key. Beal's got 9.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Wizards lead by 16. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And we chatted with Bradley Beal recently, who touched upon the joys of playing at home.
Being yourself, being in your own comfortable setting, and then arena packed full of your own fans rooting and cheering you on. That's constant motivation and just energy, that puts us into this mindset that we have to win at home.
Greg, it goes without saying just how important playing at home is.
It's a matter of pride, making your opponent feel uncomfortable. 2 advantages that erode when you lose in your own house.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Wizards here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, and now they got to find a way to keep it going, keep growing that lead.
On the court for Cleveland, Nance and Thompson are up front. Garland is out there with Porter. And it's Windler in at the small forward. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right.
Now, we've all seen this guy's development. Thompson has proven to be a valuable role player. He's exceptional at tracking down rebounds and a more than capable defender.
Hachimura, he's checked in for Ish Smith. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And so Thompson nails both of them. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Washington. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
You got to be locked in on the road. I mean, when there's no cohesiveness on defense, you're in danger.
And Thompson sends it back.
Look, Thompson is a more than capable defender. He has excellent length, and he uses that to swat away shots.
Here's Sexton. And wow!
Nice!
Nance is special. How easy is it for him to make the spectacular look routine?
Napier passes to Mahimi, and it's Beal in the corner. Hits it from three-point range. Beal's got 12 points in the game.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Sexton, the pass to Windler. Now Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Sexton for 3. Hachimura grabs the miss. Wizards leading by 17. The shot's good. Hachimura's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
And Hachimura's given name, Rui, means fortress in Japanese. And that's what he looks like out there. He's worked hard in the weight room, sports a solid frame with a terrific core and that great lower body strength.
Washington making some changes. Bryant is checked in for Mahinmi. Brown comes in for Bertanis. And John Wall subbed in for Shabazz Napier. And you combine Hachimura's power with that 7'2" wingspan, Greg. He's physically built to succeed in a positionless NBA.
And add to that, Kevin, he's got solid athleticism along with a versatile skill set. Hachimura still needs to work on creating off the dribble, shooting the jump shot with consistency, but with his work ethic, there's a good chance he turns those into strength.
And it's sent back by Drummond.
He knows he has to be their defensive anchor. I mean, when Drummond hustles on this end, he can get these blocks.
Ryan against Porter. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
For Cleveland, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
First free throw is good. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kevin, John's got a heart of gold, and anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
And Porter drops them both.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Wall against Sexton. Wall passes to Hachimura. And he uses the glass on the layup. Hachimura's got 4 this quarter.
That is a tough bucket. Hachimura stays with the shot through the contact. That's the sign of a resilient offensive player.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Here's Wall, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Did you see how hard Wall went inside? He welcomes the contact on every play.
The Wizards shooting their first free throws here for the night.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Well, you know he's had to deal with some major injuries over the course of his career, but Wall never loses the drive to succeed.
And Washington making a change here. Smith has checked in. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Garland, he's checked in for Kevin Porter. He hits both from the stripe. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, we know that for years the NBA has thought about a postseason play-in tournament to get more teams and fans involved. Last year's pandemic stoppage basically necessitated its implementation. For the NBA, the disruption of business as usual enabled innovation and risk-taking. I don't want to be too hoity-toity, but it was Albert Einstein who once said, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." Guys, back to you.
You're right. Thank you, David.
Well, because of Brian's strong frame, he's never really afraid to absorb contact.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Bryant.
I mean, it's always interesting to see how players develop. Bryant just keeps getting better, growing his skill set and learning new tricks.
Passes it to Love. Jacks up a three. It's hauled in by Brown. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. Outside, Wall. And good that time. Wall's got 4 points in the quarter.
He's very good at staying in control on his drives, and with Wall's amazing speed, it's not easy to stay in control.
Now, here's Garland. Guarded close. Excellent defense there from Smith. Washington leading now by 20. Brown wide open. He fires. That three off the mark. 1:05 left to play here in the second quarter. Sexton against Wall. Outside, Sexton. Lock at 6. Love against Wall. The shot's good from Love.
And you see that time, I love how Love took his time. Even with the shot clock running down low, he stayed calm and got off a quality shot.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Wizards shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Mahimi's checked in for Thomas Bryant. And Davis Bertan subbed in for Mo Wagner.
One shot.
And that one falls for John Wall.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Garland dishes to Thompson. Out to the right wing. The wide open look here for Garland. Off target with the open look.
Come on, you got to get up on him and play some defense. They won't get away with that next time.
Outside, Wall. A three ball. The Wizards with another miss. And so it's Washington with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Kevin. How do you guys get back in this game after the first half?
Thanks, Josh. I mean, we're getting good ones. I don't know what it is. We had the day off. Just need to get our legs under us in the second half, come out, go on a big run like we usually do, and we'll be fine.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks a lot, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Things were going Washington's way from the beginning. Seemingly flawless as the game got underway. They were knocking down shots and playing tough defense as they went on a 13-0 run. And their lead was 7 when they reached the end of the first quarter. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, we're watching the John Wall show. He's playing with reckless abandon, like the defense isn't even there. His competitive attitude is firing up his whole team.
And Shaq, what do you have to say about the Cavaliers?
Well, not at all what they envisioned coming to the game. And defending the paint has been the main problem. You got to commit a few more bodies down low, and they got to protect the inside, protect the inside, protect the inside. And even if they do, still might be a little too late for them, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Washington, Wall runs the point with Beal at the 2. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. And it's Brown in at the small forward position.
And we so often talk about the elite scoring, but Beal's playmaking is now reaching that same level.
Yeah, it just shows you how talented and unselfish he is. All he wants to do is win. I mean, that talent requires help from your teammates. So he uses his vision and instincts and ability to keep them involved.
And that one drops. Wall's got 15.
And tonight, they can't tie Wall down. I mean, found his rhythm, and he's been riding that wave of momentum ever since.
Now, here's Garland. For 3, Love. Wall grabs the board. Brown outside. And it's Beal in the corner. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. 14 feet away. Another one falls for Washington.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And so Sexton will bring it up for Cleveland. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And sometimes it seems like Sexton wants to get hit on the way up. He just embraces the challenge.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
The Wizards making a switch here. Napier's checked in. And Cleveland with a change here too. Porter's checked in.
One shot.
And Sexton no good on that one.
And the aggressiveness Sexton plays with is infectious. He motivates his teammates to play just as hard.
Porter against Beal. Porter kicks to Drummond. Here's Sexton. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
And you see the work Drummond has put into passing the ball. Solid at spotting the open man.
Outside Beal. The pass to Brown. Wizards passing it around. Hachimura the pass to Brown. Porter with the steal. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Misses the 3.
just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic. It struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. The league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, D.A.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Kevin Love.
You got to appreciate how Love plays the game. He doesn't demand attention. He plays hard and smart for this team.
Mo Wagner's checked in for Washington. Davis Bertans comes in for Troy Brown. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Windler's checked in. Both free throws good from Kevin Love. And Washington has possession. Napier passes to Beal. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Pass to Hachimura. The Wizards with another miss. Cleveland's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Garland. Rebound by the Wizards. Here's Bertans. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Outside, Beal connects from three-point range.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
And last year, to create cap space for Anthony Davis, the Lakers traded Wagner to the Wizards, and boy, he showed a lot of promise.
Yeah, he became the first player since Yao Ming to score 30 points and pulled out 15 rebounds off the bench. And if you think that was a fluke, why don't you go back and watch the Rising Stars game? He showed he can match up with elite talent.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
No good that time. Nice D from Porter. Cavaliers shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Here's Windler. He's defended by Wagner. Now Garland. It's deflected. Drummond. 1:39 left here in the third quarter. And the shot goes in. Hachimura's got 8 points.
A defender mixes it up with Hachimura, but Rui's physicality gets him through.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Timeout called, Cleveland. It's been quite a game for Bradley Beal.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
So for the Wizards, Mahinmi's checked in for Mo Wagner. John Wall comes in for Rui Hachimura. And it's Ish Smith in for Shabazz Napier. Then for the Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Jetty Osman in for Porter. Here's Windler. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 5 on the clock. Thompson in the posts. Mahimi on him. Bounce pass, Nance. Pass to Windler. The tray. Hits the three-point bomb. Windler's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Wizards have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Now here's Wall. He's covered closely. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Pass to Nance. There's 31 seconds left to play in the third. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
The Wizards have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Sexton, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Mahimi no good on the free throw. Cleveland's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Here's Windler. Wall with some nice D. Beal from long range, and another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
This is what you think of when you hear Bill's name, a dangerous three-point shooter.
Sexton for 3. And the last-second attempt does not go in for him. Bradley Beal, he's been the guy making things happen for the Washington Wizards. And with his work in that quarter, he has 5 three-pointers in the game now. Quite a showing from long range. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And it's Dellavedova with the ball. He brings it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Osman outside at 3 with Nance down at the power forward spot. Exum is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Thompson in at the center position. Basket counts.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Wall up top, defended by Dellavedova, and Wall kicks to Payton. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Dellavedova scanning the floor. Here's Nance. Rebounded by the Wizards. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's Wall. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Wall uses his blinding speed in the open floor. He's fantastic at finishing in these situations.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Thompson kicks to Osman. Good on the shot.
You know, almost any player left that wide open is going to bury that shot. This is the league. That's poor defensive work.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Poked loose. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Napier, he's checked in for the Wizards. Cleveland also making some changes. Zizic has checked in for Tristan Thompson. Bell comes in for Nance. And Kevin Porter's subbed in for Jetty Osman. I'm glad we got to see the Mobile One block once more. What a play.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Now the pass to Exum. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. The 10-footer. The Zekniks with the rebound. Washington's gone 5 of 9 when they put up a three-point shot tonight. Payton gets the bucket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Tipped away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. And here's what Cleveland's schedule is looking like. On Saturday, they're off to New York to face the Knicks. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are. And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's Mahimi, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Those defenders just looked a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Bell with it. He dishes it to Dellavedova. Shot clock at 6. Ball's knocked loose. Payton looking it over. He kicks it to Napier. Greg, we are in an era of positionless basketball, and we know the All-Star game now has a 2 backcourt, 3 front court position as opposed to 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center when you're voting. Should they get rid of those designations entirely?
I tell you what, I think you could make a strong case for that. You go back to last season, many felt Jimmy Butler got robbed of a starting spot.
Yes.
I think, listen, this is the fans' vote. Why not the 5 top vote getters? I don't care if they're 4 guards. If the 5 players that the fans want to see the most play a certain position, then so be it. You know, they're not going to play all 48 minutes. You're still going to have your 7 other spots to kind of balance out the roster. I say just let the fans tell you the 5 they want to see, and let's go play.
Cavaliers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. A nice shot by Exum.
Well, they get burned this time. That's a shot they're willing to give up, though.
1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Napier dishes to Mahimi. Pass to Bonga. Nice ball movement by Washington. Pass to Napier. From deep. That one misses. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Dellavedova finds Porter. Washington with the rebound.
I mean, he struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being an elite player.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Wizards.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Bradley Beal.
He hung a big number on the scoreboard, and it wasn't just because he was hot. He did it with movement and tenacity.
And here are the Cavaliers. Here's Porter. Got a hand on it. And here's Napier. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks. With John Wall. John, it sure looks like the chemistry is coming together. What is the bond like with your teammates?
We enjoy playing with each other. We have great chemistry. We all work hard, and we know how much we mean to each other, how much we work every day, and we're just trying to keep getting better each game.
Well, the work is paying off, John. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.